Here with head football coach Steve Johnson. And coach, kind of a momentous day last Saturday. You get your 175th victory. Tell us what it's like at this point in the game, 25 years in, what it's like to be a coach of the squad.
You know, that's a long time, and it feels like, I remember when I was younger thinking guys that hung out that long were like older than dinosaurs and stuff. But, I guess we kind of look at it game to game and play to play, and, we think about a bunch of wins, and I can't help but think of the staff we have now, the staff we've had, the players that we have, and one of the greatest things about our program, in my opinion, is our culture, and what I mean by our culture is our people that have bought into one another, and we're not worried about who gets the credit, and so it's a little humbling, and it's really a neat thing. I'm really glad that Bethel, even for our alumni and everybody else, it's just really fun that we're kind of good in football. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it is. It's kind of good, and so I love that about it. I don't think we've changed. Hopefully, we haven't changed a whole lot. Obviously, keeping up with the game and things like that, but we want to love our guys, and sometimes we love them with a kiss and a high five, and sometimes with a kick in the shorts, and we want to get after it. We want to be tough. We want to be tethered to one another, devoted to one another, and grateful. And for the most part, we are. But that's a lifetime deal, because life is hard and we're in a battle. We love being in that sucker together.
Well, you talked about taking one game at a time. Let's talk about last week very quickly. You get a great win over a good Buena Vista team, 47-14. Let's talk about the offense, a balanced approach, basically 550 yards of offense. Great game plan going in, huh?
Yeah, I felt like great players making great plays, and Eric Peterson's just playing great. He's just efficient. He's not throwing it to the wrong colored jerseys. When he does get the ball out, he gets the ball out quickly. Our line's protecting well, and when they're not, he just gets it, and so he's playing great. But we've got a lot of good weapons, and we felt coming in. We've talked about it, that we've got just some great running backs. We've got great receivers. Our tight ends have really come along, and so we're pretty hard to defend right now. And so game plan might be good, but it's a big deal.
Well, then let's talk about your defense real quickly. You're holding teams to about 15 points per game. Talk about the defensive effort that you've shown so far in the first two games.
Well, our defense is, it's really the mainstay of our football program. It really is. From 25 years ago, you want to talk about that, nothing's different. We're going to put best players that we can on defense, and offensive players kind of get accolades probably a little more, unless you're a sack specialist or an interceptor person. But we're going to really defensively obedient, fast, physical, and we think that's how you play. And sometimes fast means I know what I'm doing.
Right.
It's not just speed in the 40. It means I know what I'm doing. I know my job. I can do my job. I'm gonna do it. Boom, and then we're there. And so those things, that's a big deal. So defensively is what we build everything around, and then from there, that other stuff is kind of fluffy.
Yeah. Well, let's talk quickly as we wrap up here. Talk about Carleton, a 3-0 team. They've played a MIAC game already. 2-0 team. They've played a MIAC game. What do you see going into this weekend? What's going to take to be successful?
Well, we need to play our game. We talked last week where, we want to play to Bethel standards. We're going to play BU football. We're going to play to our standards, whether we're playing St. Thomas or the Vikings or whoever it is, BV or Carleton. Carleton has an excellent football team. They really play hard. We watch them on film, and they just get after it. They've got good coaches. The kids know what the coaches want them to do, and they do it. And so we need to play our game. We need to be diverse with the football on offense, going throwing, running, and we just need to play great defense and be good in the special teams. And, it sounds pretty cliche, but that's how you win. You block and tackle.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited to be 2-0 at this point, and wish you good luck in Saturday at Laird Stadium.
Can't wait.